Good morning, ghouls and ghosties, and welcome to VLOGOWEEN week 2. I was actually just uploading and finishing editing and making the thumbnail for week 1, and I just finished. It's just uploading right now, and I was like, wait a second, that means I need to start week 2 right now. So good morning and welcome to week 2 of VLOGOWEEN. I am just editing like I just said, and I'm cuddling with the puppies. They are both right next to me. One's on one side of me and one is in my lap. I'm just getting ready to go to the gym now that I'm done editing. It's about 10:10 right now, and usually I try to leave for the gym about 10, so I actually am making pretty good time. But I'm drinking another one of my spooky caramel apple energy drinks so that I have the energy to run a freaking mile. Today, Fridays, what I usually do on Fridays is I go to the gym actually with my mom. She has the same gym membership, and I go with my grandparents because they also do. Ryan used to also have a membership here, but now he doesn't because he doesn't have the time to go, which I totally understand. But I'm going with my mom and with my grandparents, and then we usually go out to lunch after. I think we're going to Panera, and I'm sure Debbie will get one of the spooky Halloween sugar cookies there. Otherwise today, don't really know exactly what I'm doing, but it's actually very fall feeling outside. It is like 40, what is it? It's like 45 right now, but it feels quite cold. I do have the window just cracked. That's why I have a blanket on me. I don't care that it's a little chilly. That's fine by me. As long as it feels like fall, that means I can wear a jacket out today. I could wear a trench. I could wear a flannel. I have so many things to choose from. I can wear some jeans. Oh, I love when it's like this outside. Actually, this Sunday, I think we are going to be going to an amusement park near us. We have season passes, though we've only used them once, and they do a Halloween thing. And this year it's actually different than it's been the past couple years, so I have no idea what to expect. I think it's a little more childish than it used to be, which is kind of disappointing, but I do want to still go check it out and see what it's like. On Tuesday, Hocus Pocus is having its 30th anniversary this year. Like, the movie came out 30 years ago. We are going to go to a re-screening of it. It's in theaters for like a week, and we're going on Tuesday. I'm so excited. I think it comes out today, actually, on the 6th. It starts, and some theaters only have it today. There's one local theater we have near us that's actually having it for a full week, so we're going on Tuesday. That'll be my mom, Ryan, and I. It's also the Halloween Town 25th anniversary, but once again, Halloween Town always gets so thrown to the side. I don't think there's any re-screenings of that, which is so... there's never merch for Halloween Town at Spirit Halloween or anywhere. There's never big movie re-releases. There's never like big specials on TV. We're not getting a new Halloween Town. I don't know what the dealio is. Like, everyone loves Halloween Town, including me, and it gets so thrown to the side. Like, nothing ever happens for it, which is so frustrating. I wish that movie would get more love. I love Halloween Town so much, and I can't wait to watch it. Okay, so I'm gonna get ready to go to the gym. Now I'm gonna be late because I'm filming. Hope you guys liked week 1. I really, really like how it turned out. Let's move on with our day. After the gym, we all went to Panera, and as I guessed, Debbie got a pumpkin sugar cookie, and she was quite excited about it. Nothing too exciting happened during the day, so later on we went to our local brewery, and I did wear some slightly spooky clothes though, of course, like my Happy Halloween shirt and my Online Ceramics pumpkin workman's jacket. We also got Wendy's when we went, and I did get a pumpkin frosty. Good morning, ghouls and ghosties, and welcome to the 7th of October. It is a Saturday today. I know that yesterday just ended in a little bit of clips from the brewery, but that's kind of because that's all that we did yesterday. So we just were there for like, I don't know, like 2 hours, and then we went home and we finally finished Scream Queens. I know I said earlier last week we were gonna finish it one of those nights, but we didn't realize we still had like 3 episodes to watch. I thought it was a 10 episode show, but it was 12. But now we've officially finished it, and we're caught up on Murders in the Building, so it's time to begin watching the spooky, traditional, classic, amazing movies I've been waiting all year to watch. We don't really have any plans today. I have to go over to my mom's house and help her with a couple things, like switching some power outlets, and then at our house, we'll probably just like work on some things. We kind of just decided we wanted a Saturday off to just like chill at the house. We have a projector outside in the backyard. I would love if at some point we could watch one of the movies like Scream or something out there. That'd be really cool. But currently I'm just going to get some pumpkin iced coffee from Starbucks, and then I, as per usual, will keep you guys up to date with what's going on today and what kind of ooky spooky things are happening. I'm in my mummy print wrap sweater, and I've got my Dracula bag once again. Well, we are just going out for kind of an early dinner, Ryan and I. We actually have been working like all day long, even though it's a Saturday, so we need a break. And that's also why I haven't filmed anything, because it has been boring AF. Of course, another night going out means another night of wearing something spooky, so I wore this vintage graphic Halloween sweater. I love this thing. The next morning, I started off by, of course, feeding the pups. Good morning, ghouls and ghosties. It is the 8th of October now. It is actually a Sunday. Ryan is still asleep. It is about 9:15 a.m. And as you saw, I just fed the pups. And now I think I'm actually going to make some of the Pillsbury Ghost sugar cookies just because we have eaten up the last batch. So it's time to make more. Yesterday wasn't really too exciting at night. We kind of just sat at the restaurant and chit-chatted about the wedding and kind of tried to hammer down the guest list that we have. And we stayed there for quite a while, and then we really just went home and like watched some YouTube videos. It was kind of too late to start a movie, so we didn't watch any of the spooky movies, and also we're just old people, so we went to bed early because we were tired. But today is finally, I feel like, kicking off kind of like the spooky parts of the week. So today we have the amusement park haunt attraction, Halloween attraction. Like I said, it's not scary, I know that, but it is definitely spooky. It is probably more like teen or kid focused, but we have season passes, so we're gonna go to that tonight. We got all kinds of fun spooky stuff this week, and I'm sure there'll be more that pops up, so I hope you guys are excited. Let's go start by making some cookies. Though I have some of the pumpkin ones and the ghost ones, I decided to make the ghosts today. You always just gotta have one raw. Don't worry, the package of these say that you can eat them raw. We then went on a morning walk, which usually we do walks in the afternoon, but it was just too nice this morning, so we thought it'd be a good way to start the day. Look what came today. Oh, it's weird because this actually came from the UK and was supposed to come between like the 14th of October and the 14th of November, but it came super quick. This is such a pretty book. We just got home from Target, and we didn't really get anything technically spooky, like decor-wise or thing-wise, but we did get a couple spooky kind of like snacks. So we got the Halloween tortilla chips from Target. If you haven't seen these, they're like black and orange tortilla chips. And then some chewy mini granola bars for just on-the-go breakfasts, I guess. And then we can do a candy haul. So of course we got Witch Kit Kats because these are both of our favorites. We freaking love those. Ryan needed some Dum Dums for his classroom to give out his little like prizes. And then we're getting candy not only for the trick-or-treaters, but for the wedding, because we're gonna give out treat bags of candy when people leave. I got some white bone Kit Kats. I got some of the spooky York peppermint patties. I do not like these, but I know other people do. And then we got Vampire Fang cookies and cream Hershey's. I really just kind of want to get the ones that have really fun packaging to kind of go with the theme. So that's really what I focused on. I just had an Amazon package come and I was like, what is it? Because I didn't remember that I ordered anything, but I totally forgot I ordered these amazing kitchen scissors that are a Elizabeth, it says, for all the normal kitchen scissor activities. But they also can crack walnuts and open bottles of beer, apparently. I'm so excited. They also have this little face to them. They're so cute. I will link these below in case anyone's interested in these. They will go perfectly with my bat wine opener. All right, ghouls and ghosties, we are on our way to Valley Fair, the amusement park. I literally have no expectations. I haven't really read much about it. I just know it's not like scary. That's what I know.
I think it's gonna be fun. And, you know, if anything, it'll be a nice like afternoon out on a beautiful day.
Yeah, gives us something to do because it's super nice today. It's 60 and sunny, and it's like very fall air where it's like crisp. Like there's no mugginess whatsoever. It's very nice. So let's go.
Yep.
Right when you arrive, there's a giant inflatable jack-o'-lantern staring at you from the center of this roller coaster. In the entry area, they have all of these fake fall trees. I love them. I want to find where they get them and put one in my house. They had all kinds of jack-o'-lantern stacks and jack-o'-lanterns hanging from the entry pagoda as well. It was really cool. It honestly reminded me of the pumpkin walk that will be going on this Friday. Once you enter, there's a giant skeleton by a Valley Fair sign that is welcoming you. And in the gift shop window, they have some Snoopy and Peanuts Halloween guys. This was really cool. It was a giant trick-or-treating bucket on a performance stage. Nothing was happening here right now, but I thought it was so cool looking. They had a little area for kids to go trick-or-treating. Of course, we didn't participate because we're in our 20s. There were jack-o'-lanterns all over the place. It made me so happy. They also had these blow mold kind of things of pumpkin animals. They had some other giant skeletons throughout the park. This one was sitting by some jack-o'-lanterns. He was freaking huge. We did get some adult beverages. They came in these little IV pouches. Ryan got the red one and I got the green. They were both really good, but I actually think I preferred Ryan's. He even wore his Joe Ghoul sweatshirt. Another giant skeleton by some fun games for kids to play. They had this cool headless horseman statue in the middle of the park, of this fountain. I want this Grim Reaper throne for my own house. We got a caricature, which we've never done before, which was pretty cool. And then I, of course, had to stop in the gift shop on the way out. In the other gift shop, they had a Catherine's Collection witch, possibly from Home Goods, which I thought was kind of funny. And we ended our night by going on another walk. It was just such a nice day outside. We are making turkey wild rice for dinner. It is just wild rice and ground turkey with some seasonings, and you put some cream of chicken in it, and it is so good. It's kind of like a hot dish casserole type situation, but that is our dinner. Good morning, ghouls and ghosties. It is now Monday, what is it? Monday the 9th, possibly? I don't know, but it's Monday. Today is kind of a big work day. So Mondays are usually kind of bigger work days for me. Last week on VLOGOWEEN #1, Monday, I didn't really get much recorded. This Monday might kind of be the same, but tomorrow is Hocus Pocus, so that'll be fun. And last night, that was actually really fun going to the amusement park. We didn't really take part in many of the kind of spooky activities there because they're very kid-centric. I would think if you had kids, that would be a freaking blast to go to. We still had a really fun time just walking around. It gave us something to do on a Sunday night. We got our little spooky drink. We got a caricature done, which we've never had done, which was really funny as well. It was such nice weather. It was beautiful. The only other time we've used our season pass this year at that amusement park was in July or June, and it was 1,000,000 degrees. So this was night and day difference. But I guess the only spooky thing happening for me right now is I do have my favorite jacket on of all time. Hopefully I'm putting in a video or a picture of it or something, because I can't show you the back right now because I'm driving. But this is my favorite jacket I've ever owned. It has a big old jack-o'-lantern face on the back. I had hunted high and low for this thing. It is so hard to find, and it's the coolest freaking jacket I've ever owned. So that's it for my spooky stuff right now. I thought on my drive I would show you guys the changing trees in this area. This area is so pretty, so I do not mind driving through here twice a week. Well guys, it is much later in the day and I am home from my work outside of home. I do have one spooky thing to show you guys, but just as a life update, I am right now making this. I saw this recipe online. It's you can bake steamed carrots with ranch and Parmesan on them, and they're almost like a chip. So it's a healthy kind of chip substitute, and I'm just trying it out right now. I'm smashing carrots onto a pan. But anyways, I was out working and I heard rumors that there is a guy that does what I do, and he sells a lot of vintage Halloween and horror and spooky t-shirts, and that he had them with him in his car. And so I was like, can I please see these? I need to see them. And I know obviously collectible vintage t-shirts are extremely expensive, but I was hoping, since it was in person, no shipping involved, no fees from a website, that he'd give me a good deal. And sure enough, he gave me a good deal on one of the shirts. And it is so freaking cool. So I'm gonna put that on once I'm done smashing these carrots, and I will show you guys. But he had these really cool t-shirts. One of them, I actually took a picture of one of them that I didn't purchase because he actually wasn't even selling it. He was keeping it for himself. But it was this Charlie Brown Snoopy Halloween t-shirt, and it was actually kind of creepy, which you usually don't see, obviously, from Snoopy and Peanuts. Super cool. I would have loved to buy that if he was selling it, but I did pay a pretty penny for the one I bought. But it was totally worth it, and it was a great deal for what it is. They go online for so much. I'm gonna show you that right now, the t-shirt I bought. I am obsessed with it. It is this vintage Twilight Zone Tower of Terror Disney shirt from, I don't even know, the 90s or 80s or something. This thing is so cool. It has that I think it's called bubble graphic. I don't do much with vintage t-shirts, so I don't really know the phrases. You can feel the bubble graphics to it, or the raised graphics. It is in such good shape for how old this would be, and I just love the colors, that purple, and I love the Twilight Zone. This makes me want to go watch the Twilight Zone some more. I am obsessed with this, and it gets so much better because there's a back to it. And the back, hopefully you can see this, it says you can check in, but you can't check out. I cannot see what the camera's looking at. But this thing is so cool. I'm so obsessed with this shirt. I'm so happy to have it. I want to share that with you guys because, of course, it's ooky, spooky, and kooky. So that's my spooky purchase of the day. Another nice fall walk to end our day, and we actually decided tonight to watch spooky episodes of Bob's Burgers because we didn't really have time for a movie, but that's okay, as long as it's something ooky kooky and or spooky. Hello, ghouls and ghosties, and good morning. It is actually 11 a.m. and it's not really super early in the morning anymore, but I am just starting with my day outside the house. I've really just been editing our main channel video that goes up today, this morning, and I have a couple errands that I'm gonna do today. And then, of course, since it's a Tuesday, we will have the second ever talk or treat. I'm going to a Target. I also might, because it's discount day again, I might stop at least one Goodwill. If I see anything spooky there, I will once again show you guys. Also, tonight is going to be date night between Ryan and I. Every Tuesday is our date night, and we're going to our favorite freaking restaurant ever. It's like a Korean kind of restaurant. I think they have like some Japanese and some like Thai food as well, but we like to get chicken katsu. It is so freaking amazing. And then after that, we're going to Trader Joe's, which I will show you the fun fall spooky stuff they have there. And then we're going to the Hocus Pocus 30th anniversary showing. I'm so excited. So excited. I can't wait to see Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus and Halloween Town are like my two favorite Halloween movies. It's hard for me to pick one. They're so different, but they're both so classic. I just got so sidetracked. Going to Target today, and it's going to be the second talk or treat of the season. Those two things do correlate because today's topic is going to be my thoughts and opinions on the collections of all the different stores this year. And I feel like I do have many opinions that are drastically one way or the other for basically every single store. I can't wait to get into that with you. We'll pick out a treat, we'll sit in front of the bookcase, and we will chit chat about that. Look at this house. I have never seen the 15-foot Phantom in real life. That is so cool. So I stopped at Half Price Books again because I was in the area, and I found some more good vintage Halloween ones, along with Halloween Town on DVD, and this amazing John Darien art book. When we sit down to do talk or treat, I will show you guys what I got. This Goodwill location all season has been the one to have the most Halloween items. I have actually purchased quite a few vintage pieces from them this year. I always gotta check all of the folk kind of style pumpkins. These bats were really cute. I like that one was happy and one was angry. I also want this jack-o'-lantern's hat. They had some pumpkin shower hooks, which honestly could even be used for Thanksgiving and fall time. I actually have these little plates. They have the steps of carving a jack-o'-lantern on them. This looks old. This weird old man looking pumpkin. It reminds me of the Home Goods stuff this year. These I can tell are Target. Sure enough, they are hide and seek. This was a really cool old Scooby-Doo Boo bucket. I always regret not buying the spooky watermelon jack-o'-lantern from Target in 2021. My mom always used to have so many of these trick-or-treat bucket head fabric guys. This is from Target this year, and it's brand new. How did someone buy it and already get rid of it? I can also tell this is from Target. I recognize this jack-o'-lantern face so much. And then this tin piece actually ended up being a really old White Barn Bath & Body Works piece. Pretty cool. It was the 20th anniversary of the PSL, so at Target I got a classic PSL and they gave me some free tattoos. Hello, ghouls and ghosties, and welcome to Talk or Treat number 2. Talk or Treat 2. I am so excited. I had such a freaking blast last week talking in Talk or Treat with you guys, and we got a good topic this week again too. I'm so excited. I wish that I could do this like live with you guys and literally chit chat back and forth, because I feel like last week, the thing that you guys commented about the most was the talk or treat section, and you made comments and you talked about memories that you had from past Halloweens. And it was just so fun to read your comments and to kind of go back and forth with some of you. I'm really enjoying talk or treat. It seems like you guys are too. And if you're new here and just missed last week, talk or treat is I pick a treat every week, just like a Halloween snack or Halloween treat, and we sit down and we just for about like 10 minutes talk about a random Halloween topic. It can be past, it can be present, it can be future. We just chit chat about it. I talk for about 20 minutes, but I cut it down to about 10 minutes of a section of like the highlights of what I said, because I don't want it to be way too long for you guys. But I know there hasn't been like a ton of content so far in this week's VLOGOWEEN. If we go a little bit over, that's okay. And I wanted to quick say before we jump into this, next week's video will be so much more packed with spooky activities. We're going on Friday to the pumpkin walk, my favorite thing all year, so that will be starting off next week's. We are probably going to take my family's Halloween card. We send out a Halloween card, like a Christmas card every year, but there's like a theme, and we get in costume, and we have like a topic and a theme to it, so we're gonna do that next week. Brian and I are gonna do a photo shoot with jack-o'-lantern heads on with both of the dogs. We are going to go to the Mall of America Haunted Experience, the Onion Head's Revenge Haunted Experience. It's just like a lot of stuff. I'm sure that's not even everything. I can't even keep track of it because we're really getting into the weeks with a lot of spooky stuff going on. Definitely expect a lot more next week, though this week still has other stuff to come. I would just like to show you guys quick the couple books that I picked up. This is not gonna be an every week thing. I just happened to stop by and happen to find more stuff. First up, I got Halloween Town 1 and 2. I have Disney Plus. I can watch these, but in case Disney Plus ever gets too expensive or for some reason shuts down, which I highly doubt, I now have them on DVD, so I will never not have them. Then I got a vintage Halloween book, and I just realized it has a little bedazzle on the back. This one is just called Halloween. This was $1.99. I'll take the sticker off later. It's by Joyce Kessel, and I got this because the art is really cool in it, kind of like gothic. I thought that was really cool. And it's from like 1980, and I love me a vintage Halloween book. Then I got this one, which I freaking love. This one is just called Trick or Treat. And you can like flip it and it says Trick or Treat. And it is like a bunch of vintage style art. Oh my gosh, this one makes me so happy. I've never heard of this book. If I knew this book existed, I totally would have purchased it online. This is right up my freaking alley. Are you kidding me with this art? And that was $7.50, worth every penny. I think I actually have this one in a different like size or shape. It's just called Happy Halloween. This is from, I think, 1981. This is a very old book about like ways to party and activities to do and how to make costumes for Halloween. Love it. $2. I got a second copy of Big Pumpkin. Still looking for the hardcover, but I will at some point find it, just in case something happens to mine. And my favorite thing of all, well, I can't say favorite thing of all, but holy mother, I found a John Darien art book. John Darien is the guy who created my favorite Halloween collection of all time at Target. It was Threshold, which we'll be getting into talking about that in a sec. I think 2020 best Halloween collection ever made. And there is even some of the art from this collection in here. This vulture was on a piece. There is this big skeleton art. He's like my favorite artist ever. And he makes a lot of spooky stuff. This was $37. So more than I was going in there expecting to pay, but worth every penny once again. So let's get into the topic. But before we get into the topic, my treats of choice for the day are which Kit Kats. These are still my favorite Halloween specific candy. My favorite candy period is Take 5, but these are a close second, and these are my favorite Halloween specific candy. They are like a vanilla marshmallow flavored Kit Kat. They are this really cool like slime neon green color, and they are delicious. Anyone that we give one to, because Ryan and I both love them, is like, whoa, these are really good. That's the snack of choice today. So grab your snack and let's start talk or treating. Today's topic is one that I mentioned last week and said we probably would do this week. I am gonna do it. And that is ranking / rating / reflecting on the store Halloween decor collections of 2023. So if you've been along throughout all of the haunt hunts this year, you'll know that I went to like every single store that sells Halloween decor. I have 3 rankings for each of them, and I will explain some of them in depth and some of them a little quickly because it's just not that big of a deal. I'm doing scary good, which is basically a thumbs up. It passed my expectation. I really like their collection, and I just really liked what they did this year. We have mid, which is ones that didn't really impress me, but didn't really upset me. I wasn't disappointed in what they had. And then we have Wicked Bad, which Wicked Bad is the thumbs down. Didn't really like what they did. It's worse than other years they've had. It's just not what I expected, that type of thing. So I'm probably mostly gonna explain the scary good and the wicked bad stuff. I say we start with the mid, and then we do the wicked bad, and then we move on to the scary good so we can end on a positive note. In the mid rankings, I'd give these like a B. They don't get an A because it doesn't blow me away, but they don't get a C because I'm not mad at them. In the mid, we have Lowe's. I think Lowe's had some pretty good pieces this year, though there was a lot of carryover from last year. I did really like the 12-foot scarecrow that they had. They did bring back the 12-foot mummy, which I personally love him so much, but I wish they, I guess, wouldn't have had so many repeats. A lot of their jack-o'-lanterns were exactly the same as past years. A lot of their licensed stuff was exactly the same as past years. Besides like their rock and roll band, which I didn't like that, really. I don't like the musical skeleton situation. I know there's like probably people out there that do, but I don't really. So I gave them mid. I didn't really buy anything there this year, but I wasn't mad at what they had. Then I would also put Pottery Barn in mid. Pottery Barn suffers from a very similar thing of they had basically a lot of the exact same stuff as past years. Same plushies, same pillows, same like wine glasses, same champagne glasses. Honestly, I don't really think I know much of anything that was new besides like the terracotta jack-o'-lanterns, and those didn't blow me away. They were way too expensive. I did not buy any. I also would have loved if they had some more home, very nice pieces, like how if you guys were with me last year, I got the skeleton hand bar cart. They had no large furniture this year. I appreciate that stuff so much that I would have loved if they at least had like one piece. It felt like the same stuff, even the new pieces. Next, I'm gonna do Grandin Road. Same situation. Grandin Road had like all the same stuff as last year. I didn't buy anything from Grandin Road this year. Too expensive. Same stuff, so I'm not mad at it, but I would love them to have some new stuff. Crate and Barrel, same thing. Lots of the same stuff. I do love their cauldron little like soup bowls. We have a ton of those. Those are what we use all year round, but I wish they had some new stuff. Spirit Halloween, lots of the same stuff. I mean, there were a couple new sections, like the Wednesday Addams section, because that show was new last year. I would love to see some diversification in more of what they have. I feel like it's always the same movies and stuff. Not that there's like endless amounts for them to work with, but I'm always hoping and praying for like a Halloween Town section. I wish they would work out a deal with Disney to have a Halloween Town section in Spirit. Also, Spirit didn't really have any animatronics that I was interested in this year, whereas last year I did get one. I liked the jack-o'-lantern that like split in half, which maybe I have some pictures on the screen, but I never found him, and I honestly probably wouldn't have paid the price that he was anyways. Dollar Tree, I would give a C because I'm not really into a lot of their super cheap stuff, which of course it makes sense that it's cheap because it's actually cheap priced, but I did really like their new $3 and $5 section. I think it was cool how they expanded the seasonal stuff to there, and that's what pulls them back up from a C, and I give them a B. Menards, kind of the same stuff as always, though there's a couple pieces I like. There's a lot of stuff I don't like. Not overly impressed, but definitely not mad at Menards. Bath and Body Works. I wish I could give Bath and Body Works a scary good, but I actually would lean more towards giving Bath and Body Works a wicked bad. I was not into Bath & Body Works this year. The only thing putting them in mid for me is like 2 standalone good pieces. One being the Headless Horseman Wallflower Outlet Nightlight, and the other being the Haunted House this year. I did really like that. If those 2 pieces were not part of Bath & Body Works 2023, I would absolutely give them a bad. I really don't like the flower stuff. I really don't like the overly goblet gold, almost like medieval style. That's just not mine. And again, this is all my own opinion. I know there are people that would like that. I'm sure there's a lot of people that loved Bath & Body Works this year, but I didn't like any of the pocket back holders that much. It's literally just those 2 wallflower outlets. Those 2 pieces save them because I love this one. Otherwise, Bath & Body Works, I hope we kind of change it up next year. And last for the mid section is World Market. I really liked how World Market had a lot of stuff. I don't remember them having so much last year, and I have bought a couple pieces from it, like some glasses. Otherwise, like it's just not the type of stuff I'd buy, so I can't give it like a scary good. I don't dislike it. I did like the World Market collection for what it was. Just kidding. I have one more mid, and I left this for last because this is probably the maybe most surprising mid. So I actually would put Marshalls and Home Goods in mid, which probably sounds weird because I bought so much stuff from them. But I'm kind of strictly talking about like compared to past years, just their stuff overall. So they completely eliminated Ray Dunn for the most part. There was some Ray Dunn. That doesn't really hurt my feelings, though there are a few Ray Dunn pieces I like. I guess I wouldn't like to see it completely eliminated, but I'm okay with them scaling it back because I don't really like when it's just all Ray Dunn. There was like no Joanna Parker this year, which was really disappointing. There was a few, and I luckily snatched almost everything they had, like these, which I hadn't showed you guys yet, but at the end of the season, they just released, oh my gosh, there goes my Wii U. They just released these Joanna Parker bowls right at the end of the season. I'm using them as decor right now. I love these. I love all the Joanna Parker. I just wish there was as much as there has been in the past few years. What makes me put them in mid? In the beginning of the season, Home Goods was scaring me in a bad way. I didn't like almost anything from the initial releases. It was all like resin busts, resin, just cheapy looking countertop stuff. At first, they were not releasing anything like home. No kitchen, no bathroom. And I was like, oh no. Was this the year that I'm not gonna buy anything at Home Goods? Haha. No. And then they slowly started to add it. I would still argue that for some of the sections, there was less home-wise than other years. There was like no shower curtains, really. Like that ghost shower curtain that I put downstairs, I had to get online, and I've never seen it in person. There's no way I would have ever got it if I only shopped in person. I just feel like there was a lot of repeating at Home Goods this year, which can happen, but I feel like past years, like last year, there was so much new stuff, and there was just a lot more stuff that I really, really, really liked. This year, it was kind of like, oh, I could use some more like kitchen towels. Oh, I could use another spooky spoon. I could use another spooky bowl. I wouldn't say there was a ton that like, I was like, oh my gosh, I need that so bad. Like I had a wish list, but it wasn't as big as past years. And I think that's what puts it in mid. Comparing it to other stores and money spent, it would be in scary good. But I think like for what they have, I would label it as mid, and I would hope Home Goods is just a little bit better next year. A little bit more Home Goods at Home Goods would be great. You might notice I didn't group TJ Maxx with those two, and you'll see why in a second. Moving on to the wicked bad section, or what I would give kind of a thumbs down this year compared to other years, just overall. Kirkland's. Didn't like anything at Kirkland's. Way too expensive. They had way less than last year. The stuff they had was the same as last year. Bad. Not a fan. If I didn't go to Kirkland's one of the years I'm hunting, I don't think I'd be mad. I have never purchased anything there. If it's always this price and it's always this stuff, I don't think I ever would. Walgreens, bad. Cheap stuff, and not really cheap prices. Like it's Dollar Tree stuff for like 10 plus bucks. No. I don't like Walgreens stuff. It was not good. And it never really is. Burlington. Now that the like Burlington ghost craze is over and I have mine and I don't need anything else at Burlington's, if I just look at Burlington's for what it has, I do not like it. And Burlington's is like Kirkland's. If I skipped it, that's okay. I would be totally fine not visiting Burlington's in a season. TJ Maxx. So TJ Maxx, though it's the same company as Marshalls and Home Goods, I feel TJ Maxx dropped the ball even more. Any of the TJ Maxx that I've been to have had like nothing good. Like Marshalls at least has some good stuff, some good pillows, some good whatever. TJ Maxx got, I would say like half of what Marshalls did, and it's all the like bad stuff. It's all the cheap stuff. The only good thing I've seen at TJ Maxx are some of the mugs. But otherwise, the TJs totally let me down. We don't have a ton of standalone ones, so maybe it's an area problem. I was not impressed by what the TJ Maxx has had this year. The two juicier ones, the two bigger stores that are kind of like bigger on everyone's radar, Michael's. I give Michael's a full-blown freaking thumbs down this year. I am not happy with the Michaels collections this year. Again, warning, just my opinions. Please do not pitchfork like Frankenstein chase me out of here. I did not like the Michaels stuff this year in any way, shape, or form. They had a lot of stuff, which is great, but they have had the same themes every year with a lot of the same pieces. I talked about this in the Prepping for Shopping 2023 shopping guide, Halloween Hunt shopping guide 2023. Michael's stuff is so cheap. Quality. Price? No. Quality? Yes. The quality did not go up. The amount of broken stuff I saw at Michael's this year, tons. The flower love skeleton stuff needs to be dialed back. At least. It also could use a little more inclusivity, I will say that. It's always like clearly a male and female skeleton, which is probably just a me problem, but for the wedding coming up in October, I would have loved to have been able to get some more stuff from that. This would be like the 1 year I maybe would like that section. No. No, no, no. All of the skeletons, like one of them has like a top hat and one of them has a flower. They're skeletons. Just do like 2 skeletons kissing or something. I don't even know why we need to put a flower on its head or give it like nail polish. What? Don't like that stuff. Which is not the only reason I don't like it. Whatever. Don't be inclusive. I just don't like it, period. It's overdone. They've done it for years. It's the same stuff every year. The heart skeleton hand. If we wanted one, we have one at this point. Move on to something else. The witch stuff was probably the best theme at Michael's this year. And if you're witchy and you like witch stuff, there's probably some good stuff in there. A lot of signs. Some signs were repeated. It wasn't really my style. The Edgar Allan Poe stuff, not my style. I think, again, that'd make a good small section. Like if Michael's had maybe twice as many themes and they were half the size, like we don't need full-blown aisles of Edgar Allan Poe, that'd be great. Like half an aisle of Edgar Allan Poe, half an aisle of like love skeletons, half an aisle of witch, and then the worst of all, the neon Halloween stuff. The one thing that would always redeem Michael's was the classic Halloween section. This year, Michael's decided to stop making that stuff with the scaredy cats and the classic jack-o'-lanterns and to do neon Halloween. It's really disappointing to not see the classic Halloween stuff this year. So Michaels, please reconsider your themes and change it up, please. At least a few of them. I will say, I don't think I'm alone in this thought because the Michael stuff is selling out like a freaking snail turtle. Like my store is still full and we are like halfway through October. So I don't think I'm alone in not being the biggest fan of the 2023 Michael stuff. Other wicked bad one. I gotta start moving quicker because I'm so over my time already. Target. Which breaks my heart. Target is usually like my favorite Halloween store or one of. Target dropped the ball this year. Once again, so much repetition. Instead of moving away from the like childish baby theme, I feel like they like dove even deeper into it. All the skeletons looked like cartoons. Even Lewis, the big pumpkin head guy, I get he's a meme, but he just looks like a baby decoration. Nothing there is like ooky spooky or creepy. Just kooky. They took out the ooky spooky and kept the kooky. But I need some ooky and spooky to go with the kooky Target. And the worst offender of all at Target is the threshold section. The only good part about Target, I think the dollar spot was good this year. They had a good dollar section. The dollar section I would give actually like a scary good. It did surprise me with how much stuff I liked in it and with the selection size. Threshold is the ultimate thumbs down. And that's usually my favorite Halloween stuff. Like when John Darien was designing it. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. It was all repeats, basically, or very, 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 very close. Like there was a pumpkin pillow with a spider on it this year. Last year, it was just the pumpkins without the spider. I'm like, huh? Change it. Like if we wanted this, we would have bought it last year. I mean, I like the haunted house this year. I'm glad they switched that up every year. The Threshold haunted house was like the witch house from Salem this year, but the cauldron was the same. The skull canisters were the same. The candles were the same. The ice shapers were the same. The appetizer plates were different, but similar, obviously. The big bowl that says boo was the same. The pillows were almost all the same. The Ghost in the Garden pillow was there. Like, Target, you're the most heartbreaking of all, I will say. So let's move on to the scary good. And I'm gonna move a little bit quicker, but I'm gonna say why I like these because this has already been way too long. Home Depot scary good. Home Depot surpassed my expectations. I have never in any year bought so many animatronics in my life. I bought, what, like 4 or 5 of them. The 3-foot Skelly is iconic. Whoever thought of that is a genius. They had these big, bright purple bats that I kind of wanted and didn't get. These jack-o'-lanterns that they came out with this year are amazing. I have 3 of these because I love it so much. Home Depot, like, nailed it. I loved it. The only thing they did wrong is retire Skelly. That's the only complaint I have towards Home Depot this year. But Home Depot, out of the park, loved it. Walmart's in scary good, Target's in wicked bad. Never thought I'd say that. Though I didn't buy a ton, their selection, their prices, and their variety was great. Like, I really liked Walmart stuff this year. I feel like they dabbled a little bit back in what I liked from them in like 2019 time frame, 2018. Like some more vintagey looking stuff, just like a variety. So many cool strings of lights and different projectors and lights. I really liked the light section probably the most at Walmart, but Walmart was great. A Grim Reaper, a little tiny blow mold, all kinds of like good stuff. So thank you, Walmart. Cracker Barrel did great this year. Cracker Barrel knows that we all like the Wraith, and Cracker Barrel said, guess what? We're not just gonna do the Wraith this year and do the same thing over and over again. We got a Witch Wraith, we got a Black Ghost Wraith, we got a Giant Ghost Wraith, we have Wraith ornaments. Like, Cracker Barrel is listening and delivering. I was really happy with Cracker Barrel this year. I love the light post that I bought as well. I love that they have ornaments. Even some of the smaller stuff I really like. So thank you, Cracker Barrel, for being so good. At Home was shockingly good this year, and I feel like At Home had a really off year last year, and I think I liked it the year before. So they're back, and I really like their stuff. The freaking Raven light post, iconic and a great price for what it is. The Vulture light post is so amazing. Just so much of their stuff was great. Like some of the giant 7 or 8 foot posable skeletons, really cool. They also had like 4 12-footers this year. I didn't buy any, but like just doing that shows that they're like adding on. They had like 5 themes this year, 4 or 5, like witch, classic, goth, scientist, and I feel like there's even one more, like, oh, and then like the barnyard hoedown. Oh my gosh, like they are doing the most. 5 themes at least. At Home was great. There was so much selection that like, I don't know how anyone couldn't like something at Home. And last of all is probably another place where I've spent most of my money, Joann Fabrics. And Joann Fabrics, thank you for always staying true to you, girl. Like, Joann Fabrics never disappoints, ever. The early collection's great. The later collection's fantastic. Everything in between, all the extras, the baking stuff, the boxes, the like goodie bags, the rugs, everything, every year is great. They had ornaments that were awesome this year. All of the vintage jack-o'-lantern stuff was great. The melamine bowls and plates were amazing. They had really cool lights. I just didn't buy any because I have too many. Like, Joann, everything was great there. I have no complaints about Joann. Maybe like a couple stuff got a little more like childish, babyish, like their bat stuff. That would be it. And that'd be me like trying to find something wrong. Great. They have such a variety also. They also have like 4 or 5 different kind of like themes. Great big outdoor stuff, great small indoor stuff, great kitchen, great everything. So Joann Fabrics also gets a scary good. And that wraps up my feelings on the 2023. I literally didn't even like get through these. I was too busy ranting. 2023 Halloween store collections. I would love to know what you guys thought of this year's collections at the different stores. What were your favorites? What let you down? And what impressed you more than you thought? That's really what I would love to know from you guys. So please let me know. Do you agree with me? Am I wackadoodle? Let me know. And I'll see you in the next clip. Thank you for joining me for another talk or treat. I'll be back next Tuesday with another topic and another treat. The movie starts at 6:50 and it's 6:50. So there's Trader Joe's, and I know I said that we would go, but obviously, unfortunately, we do not have enough time, and by the time the movie's over, they will be closed most likely. But it is time for Hocus Pocus. I'm so excited. We had the ghoul log on for a little while, and for some reason Mike was not a fan of that jack-o'-lantern. Good morning, ghouls and ghosties, and welcome to Wednesday the 11th. Wednesday the 11th. I know that because this week is Friday the 13th. I just wanted to kind of give a little review of going to Hocus Pocus in person. And I feel like it's almost like a talk or treat again because I brought my breakfast, which for some reason today is a ghost Pillsbury cookie. Not a black cat cookie, even though now we know that that used to exist. I didn't get a talk last night, but it was so cool to see Hocus Pocus on the silver screen, on the big screen. If you know me, or if you know anybody that knows me, I am not a moviegoer. I do not like to go to movies, really. I'm just too much of a busybody that I just don't like to give up hour and a half to 2 hours plus of my time to just sit somewhere and not be able to do anything. But I'm finding out that I would be more of a fan of movies if I could go to old classic favorites. I was saying to Ryan after, if I could go to see Scream in theaters, the original Scream, I would love that. That would be so cool. I noticed a number of things in Hocus Pocus that I had never noticed before. I don't know if it's just sitting there giving your full attention to the movie, I caught on to some things that I had missed. Also, at the same time, I'm I've seen this movie every year that I've been alive, which is a lot of years now. It's weird that I'd miss multiple things. I guess I'm not gonna say any because I don't want to give Hocus Pocus spoilers, even though all of you have seen Hocus Pocus. But yeah, I noticed 4 or 5 little tiny things I'd never noticed before. Another thing I forgot that we have next week that's going to be really fun. Well, first off, the Boo Buckets come out, which is so exciting. But on Thursday of next week, I think it's going to be Thursday, so it'll probably be right at the end of next week's. Oh, that'll be such a good end to it. Okay, ahead of myself. Thursday next week, my family and I have a tradition of driving around Halloween at night and getting a fun spooky dinner. Sometimes we get the pumpkin pizza that night from Papa John's or wherever they do the pumpkin shaped pizza. Lately we've been doing that. We each get a Boo Bucket and drive around and we look at all of the fun houses with really cool Halloween displays, because sometimes the city puts out a list of them, sometimes they don't. I don't think they did this year. My brother and I have been paying attention to areas that have a lot of good houses, so we have kind of a lot in our mind. We are going to do that on Thursday night, and that'll be really fun. It's kind of a family tradition. We've done that for quite a long time. When people take a Christmas lights tour, it's our Halloween light. Hello, ghouls and ghosties, and also good morning. So I'm actually already out on my errands for the day. I just was actually... That's Debbie. I was editing this week's VLOGOWEEN this morning, so I didn't really take any clips because it wasn't very exciting. But I'm at a consignment store, and this consignment store has a Halloween section, and I found 2 very amazing things I have to show you. First off, this really cute vintage looking Halloween sign. When you hear the owls hooting, get your jack-o'-lantern out, put on your shroud, and hurry, for ghosts could be about. So cute. It's a vintage postcard. I assume is printed onto this. And best of all, I found a little Joanna Parker figure. So excited. I'm also whispering because I'm in the store and there's other people here, obviously, but it's $5. Well, ghouls and ghosties, we have reached the end of VLOGOWEEN number 2. This is actually technically bonus footage because this is supposed to be the beginning of VLOGOWEEN number 3 because it's the 13th. It is Friday the 13th. So I'm gonna go start off VLOGOWEEN number 3, but I hope you enjoyed VLOGOWEEN number 2. Let me know if you did. Like I said multiple times in this video, there is so much more coming in VLOGOWEEN 3. This week is so full of spooky activities, and the next week is as well. I was just talking about it with my mom yesterday, and I was like, oh my gosh, we're running out of time already to fit all this stuff in because we have so much we want to do. So there's a lot to come, and I will see you guys next week for another VLOGOWEEN. Let me know what you thought of this one. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you made it this long, thank you so freaking much. I will see you next week. Goodbye.